Guys, the next topic is the solid waste. So what do you mean by solid waste? So solid waste is nothing but the garbage or the sludge which does not dissolve in the domestic waste and in the irrigation return flow is called as solid waste. So I repeat guys, solid waste is the one which does not include the dissolved material in the domestic waste and in the irrigation return flow. So these are the one which are in the solid waste. So the waste should be in a solid form. Simply you can't take the vegetables in the domestic homes. Why? Because the vegetables are the one which can be easily dissolved. So these are not considered under the solid waste. So this solid waste is the one which is not dissolved, which includes and does not dissolve in the domestic waste, okay, and in the irrigation return flow is called as the solid waste. So which are the ones which should not dissolve, guys, okay, is called as the solid waste. So like for example we have the plastic, okay, or plastic or anything the wood. So these are the materials we treat as the solid waste. It is like in a solid format, guys, okay. The glasses, okay, the woody particle, the woody matter, the grasses, the cloth, all these things will consider as the solid waste, okay, not the one which is dissolved, okay guys. So after that we have, so there are three types of solid waste that broadly we can see, guys. So the three types of solid waste we can see are the municipal solid waste. So municipal solid waste. So in the municipal solid waste we can get the solid from the household, guys, okay, like the plastic, okay, the food material, polythene, cloth, all those things. And after that we are having the biomedical. So biomedical are the one which are obtained from the hospitals, like the syringes, like the bottles, okay guys, like the surgical material, all those things will be biomedical. And the municipal, medical, and the after that we have the hazardous waste. So these are the one which will affect the harmful chemicals, guys, okay. This will come from the industries and the factories. These are the type of solid waste materials. So after that, what are the treatments that we can use for the solid waste materials? So the treatments that we will use for the solid waste material are treatment. The first one is the open land. So simply we take the material whatever the present in our the municipal waste or the biomedical or the hazardous directly at some place which are not near their location. It's called as open land, or we can say the open dump. Okay guys, open dump. So this is the type of first treatment. So in the open dump there are many issues, guys. The issues may be, so these are present on the land. So the street dogs or the animals will misuse those things. So to overcome this issue, we have adapted the second one, that is landfills. Landfills is nothing but at a few places they will dig the land, guys. So they will dig the land and in that places they will dump the waste. It is called as the landfills. Okay guys, clear? So landfills. But there is an issue with the landfill. So in the landfill, the chemicals that are present in the waste material, those will enter into the groundwater, guys. Those will enter into the ground. Okay, clear? Are you getting the points, ma? So this is the waste material. This is the land. This is the dug one. So these chemicals will enter into the ground, and this will affect the water table. Okay, guys. This will affect the water table, and the water that we will get will not be pure. Okay, and this will affect our conditions. This is about the landfills, and we have this type of issue, guys. Clear? So to overcome the landfills, we have adapted the sanitary landfills. What do you mean by sanitary landfill? In the sanitary landfill, at the bottom of this place, at the bottom of the land, we place a plastic or clay material, such that the chemicals from this pollutant will not enter this ground. Okay guys, and this will be useful for our not having, so for not discriminate the water guys. Okay, so not harmful the water. This is called sanitary fields. In sanitary fields, we use the plastic and the clay at the bottom. Okay, and after that, in sanitary fields also we are issuing that we are using the plastic and the plastic that will not affect and that indirectly affect the soil gas. So to overcome this, we again adapted for the new one, that is incineration. Incineration. What do you mean by incineration? In the incineration, the process is, so incineration will be one in which the burning of the solid waste will take place. If you burn the solid waste, it is called as the incineration waste. Okay. So, but there is also issue in the incineration. In this incineration, the harmful materials, that is the pollutants will come out through vapor. Okay, through vapors it come out. It is called as incineration. Okay, and to overcome that, we have the composting. Composting. So composting is the clean process, guys. In this process, they will release the microorganisms like the bacteria and fungi into this wasteland, and they will cover this land. They cover this soil waste, such that it will be clean and it will not affect the environment as it will done in the incineration, and it will be safe and removal process. Okay, and after that, this will be used to some other places. Okay, this is the composting. In composting, they will release the bacteria like the and the fungi in this land. So in this pit, and they will close the land. Is composting. And after composting, we have the vermicomposting, guys. So in the vermicomposting, they use the earthworms. Vermicomposting. So in the vermicomposting, they use the earthworms for the decomposition process. So this will also make the benefited, and they will use the hydrocarbons for the surface vegetation. Okay, so this is the one which is used for the decomposition of the soil waste. And the last and foremost strategy, we have the 4Rs. 4Rs. Okay, so the 4R strategy, guys. Okay, so 4R strategy will be very helpful in the process. Okay, means 4Rs means the reduce, reuse, recycle, and recover. So these are the treatments, that is the open dump, landfills, sanitary landfills, incineration, okay, and the composting, the vermicomposting, and the 4Rs. So in this way, we can use the or we can decompose the plastic materials. Yes, guys, clear with this? Okay, so these are the very, very important, guys. So please try to get the conceptual clarity of each and every item. Okay, open dump, landfills, sanitary landfills, incineration, okay, composting, the vermicomposting, and the 4Rs. But in between the incineration and the composting, we have the one more process, that is pyrolysis. Okay, we have pyrolysis. So pyrolysis is nothing but the burning of the solid waste in the absence of the oxygen, guys, is known as the pyrolysis. So incineration is in the presence of the oxygen, and the pyrolysis is in the absence of the oxygen. So these are about the solid waste management treatment, guys. So after that, I will take my discussion to the plastic waste. Okay, plastic waste. Okay, what do you mean by plastic? So plastic, people are aware of that. The plastic are the one which are very harmful for our healthy conditions. So not only our healthy conditions, it will affect our environment. So and not the environment, these will affect our entire physical system, that is the air, land, and the water. So in the air it pollute. So in the land, this will stuck in the land air. So this won't come out, and that will present in land for many years, guys. And this will affect the land. Okay, and the water also. So in the water, this affects the marine system, guys. So from where the plastics are present? So plastics are present at the home, okay, or in the hotels, in the railways, or in the airport traveling system. So at these places, we can find the plastic, guys. Okay. So the plastic. So if we see its effect, and it will release the dioxins, deoxins and furans. Deoxins and furans. So deoxins and the furans will be released by the plastic gas when it is burned. Okay, when we burning the plastic, it will release this dioxins and the furans, and it will affect the infants. So plastic will affect the infants and the pregnant women and the women's case. So we in many ways So we get the choice or we get the tea in the plastic itself. Okay, so if you take any hot liquid in the plastic, it affect you guys. So I request you not to use the plastic. Okay, and it will affect the infant. So after the infant, it affect the soil. Okay, and the bad thing is the plastics are the one which will be present in the atmosphere for many years, guys. For many years. Okay, so in soil. Okay, many years. Many years. These are present in the soil. Okay, and in the water also it will affect. So these are the effects of the soil pollution, guys. Okay, so and one more issue is microplastic. So what do you mean by microplastic? Microplastic is the one which will be having less thickness, guys. So simply, guys, if the material of the thickness is more, simply you can take it up and you can produce management it. Okay, if the material is very small, that is the thickness is very less, so it will find it very difficult to get that material, guys, from the land. So that small thick up will slowly remove from our surroundings and will enter into the soil. Okay, and it affects the soil. It is called as the microplastic gas. So after microplastic, we are done with the plastic gas. Now I am going to take my session to the bioremediation gas. Bioremediation. Okay, bioremediation is the bioremediation. What do you mean by bioremediation? Bioremediation is nothing but the use of microorganisms to degrade the environmental so guys, bioremediation is nothing but the use of microorganisms to degrade the environmental contamination to lessen the toxics is called as bioremediation, guys. I repeat, the use of microorganisms to degrade the environmental contamination. Okay, to degrade the environmental contamination to lessen the toxics is called as bioremediation. So what are the different ways of bioremediation? So the bioremediation, we use the microorganisms at the indigenous or from bringing the outside gas. Okay, indigenous microorganisms or from bringing the outside microorganisms. Two type of microorganisms, and the treatment can be done at two places. That is the in situ and the ex situ. What do you mean by in situ? In situ is the bioremediation where the treatment of the environmental contamination will take place at the site itself. This is called as the in situ biodegradation. Whereas if it does at the other sites, or if we does the same thing by taking the contaminant to some other place, it is called ex situ bioremediation. So the examples of the in situ bioremediation, if you see, so the in situ bioremediation, we have the bioventing, biosparging, and so bioventing, biosparging, and last one is bioaugmentation. So bioventing, biosparging, and bioaugmentation. What do we mean by bioventing? So in the bioventing, we make the hole at the center of the contamination place, and at that place we release the air and the nutrients gas. Air and the nutrients we release. Okay, and we enrich the microorganisms. Okay, such that it will degrade. Okay, this will take place at the site itself. This is called as the bioventing. So we release the air, the nutrients, and enrich the microorganisms to degrade the environmental contaminant. It is called as bioventing. So in the biosparing, what we do means, so in the biosparing, we release the air under the pressure. Okay, we release the air under the pressure below the water table, such that it will increase the water. It will increase the underground water oxygen level to make the biological activity good process. Okay, guys, that is biosparing. In the biosparing, we release the air under the pressure such that it is below the water table, guys. Okay, so what happens means this will increase the under table water oxygen, that is the dissolved oxygen, and will enhance the biological activity at that place. Is called as the biosparing and the bioaugmentation. So bioaugmentation is nothing but the use of microorganisms from other places. So these are two are done at the indigenous microorganisms. And this is the use of microorganisms from other places and using those microorganisms. If you do the process, it is called as the bioexperimentation, guys. Guys, here these are the three inside to bioremediation methods. If you see excited bioremediation, so in excited we have the first one is the first one we have the biofilms. So biofilms, bioreactor, okay. So and land farming, okay, and composting. So these are the extractive methods. So what happens in the biofields? So in the biofields, we use the land farming and the composting, guys. So in the biofields, we use the land farming and the composting. So composting I have explained in the previous topic. And in the land farming means, so what do you mean by land farming? Land farming is the nothing but, so the contaminated place, at the contaminated place, we take the entire contaminated gas, entire contaminated of the land or of the soil or the water, and those contaminated are taken to the some other place. Okay, and we are going to spread those contaminated at that place. Like for example, I give best example for this guys. Like in the cow dung, so the cow dung are gathered at one place, guys, and after a few years, that is after the crop of harvesting, we take that cow dung and we spread it on the field. Okay, this is called as land farming. Okay, guys. So in the biofields also we do the hybrid, that is the land farming and the composting method. In the bioreactors, so the bioreactors, the degradation of the environment condition through the engineering method proposals. Okay, through the engineering method proposals, we can do it through bioreactors and the composting that I explained, guys. Okay, so this is by using the bacteria and the fungus, and this is the clean process. So these are the extractive are the one which are done outside the contaminated places. It's called as the extractive bioremediation, right? So after that, I will take the what genetically engineering system. So what do you mean by genetically engineering system? Genetically engineering system is the nothing but, so in this we are going to use the genetical methods. Like we have three types of methods here. That is phytobioremediation, okay, phytobioremediation, the microbioremediation, and the microfiltration. So in the phytobioremediation, we use the plants, or we use the growth of the plants, or in some way, or directly or indirectly, we use the plants for the degradation of the contaminated place. It's called phytobioremediation. So after that, we use the second one for our topic is the microbioremediation. So in the microbioremediation, we use the fungus, okay, to degrade the soil. And the third one is the microfilters. So in the microfiltration, we use the fungus, the mycelium. So we use the fungus mycelium. So with the help of that fungus, we are going to degrade the land. It's called as the genetic engineering system case. So after this, at the last, I am going to take this session with you. So what are the benefits of the bioremediation? So the benefits of the bioremediation are, first and foremost is that it is the economical friendly. Economical friendly. So economical means the eco-friendly guys. Sorry, eco-friendly. This is the eco-friendly guys. This system is eco-friendly. And second one we have less pollutant. Less pollutant. So this system will not affect the pollutant guys. Okay, this system will not affect the pollutant. Okay, this is eco-friendly. This is less pollutant and less expensive. Less expensive. So these are the benefits of this bioremediation. But what are the disadvantages of the bioremediation? So the disadvantages of the bioremediation is, the first and foremost is it is time taken, guys. It is time taken process. Okay, time taken process. And the second one, and the second disadvantage is so through this process we can't degrade the entire things. So some will be last, guys. So some will be remain, guys. Okay. So through the chemical method, we can go for those things. Okay. The two disadvantages, the one is the time taking, and the entire degradation can't be take place through this process. Okay. Few non-degraded material will be exist. So with this, I have done with chapter number 5, guys, that is environmental pollution, guys. So after this, I will come with the one more session. What are the measures, schemes, or the government initiatives, or the international conventions to cover this environmental issues, guys. So thank you one and all.